Okay, so for this deep dive, you sent this in this podcast. It's called the Daily Doodle, where nonsense meets common sense, but mostly nonsense. I mean, that title alone kind of gives you an idea of what we're dealing with. But what do you make of this? It's a very, very, how should I put it, unique approach to podcasting.
Well, yeah, just from what you've described, it seems like the big thing here is how these two hosts play off of each other.
Yeah, you've got these two guys. Sam Sunshine, he's like this nonstop, you know, fountain of just pure optimism and ideas, and most of them are completely absurd. And there's Alex Grumbleton, and he is basically just the voice of sarcasm, like just raining on Sam's parade every step of the way.
It kind of reminds me of, that classic comedy duo setup. You got the, kind of silly, over-the-top character, and then the more, dry, cynical one to play off of that.
Totally. And a perfect example of this is this whole bit they do about National Random Dance Break Day. I mean, that in itself is pretty ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But then they got this whole thing where the trigger word to start dancing is pineapple. Yeah. So Sam's like painting this picture of like, you're in the grocery store and someone just yells pineapple and everyone starts breaking it down. Or like, you're at a funeral.
Oh, no.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Alex is like, picturing grandma's twerking and getting arrested. It's just this whole like just total chaos.
So basically taking something very mundane and then injecting this like ridiculous element into it.
Exactly. And it's that contrast, between like Sam's like unbridled enthusiasm and Alex's just complete cynicism. That's where the humor comes from.
And they kind of carry that over into this fake sponsorship they do too, right? For that Bust-A-Move app. For like emergency dance moves.
Oh, yeah, right. So like, your wedding DJ is terrible, so you just bust out this app. Or like you're suddenly surrounded by bears.
Bears.
I know, it's crazy, right? Or like you're on like a super awkward Tinder date.
Okay, so pretty much any situation where you might need to like suddenly distract people, I guess.
Right, exactly. And then the way they promote it is like completely different too. Like Sam is giving out his promo code all excited, and Alex is basically telling people like download this app and ruin your life.
It's like they're almost making fun of the whole, podcast advertising thing too.
Oh, totally, totally. And then to top it off, they've got these listeners calling in with stories of how this National Random Dance Break Day is playing out in the real world. Like there's this one lady, Karen from Nebraska.
Oh, no, not a Karen.
Yeah, a Karen. She's at the vet and just screams, pineapple at the top of her lungs. And her cat is like not having it.
Well, that's what you get for taking your cat to a pineapple dance party.
And then there's this guy, Chad, from Toronto. He actually does this during a job interview.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he doesn't get the job, of course. But he ends up going viral on TikTok. And Alex's response is just the American dream.
So they're playing with these ideas of, internet fame and kind of poking fun at the whole, what does it even mean to be successful these days?
Yeah, it's pretty clever, actually. And even their outro, the way they sign off is completely in character. Sam's all like, dance like a walrus on Red Bull or something like that.
I didn't even picture that.
I know, right? And Alex is just like, or don't. Seriously, just don't. And then you hear him like eating chips really angrily.
So basically they're just committed to this like, absurd, over-the-top humor all the way through.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it definitely seems to be working for them. They've got a pretty dedicated following, but it does make you wonder, in a world where we're just bombarded with like serious news and information all the time, is there still a place for this kind of just pure nonsense? Does it serve a purpose beyond just making people laugh? What do you think?
Well, I